Hi, welcome back. If you've been following me for a while or you know what my art is like, you know that I tend to draw darker things. I haven't had much of a chance to draw like that recently, but I hope I can soon. But anyways, for this art piece, I had to make something for a child. And of course I can't make them something horrific, something monstrous, but when I sat down to try to think of what could possibly represent a child, I thought of those like little box toys, and I try it. I don't like it. I tried drawing animals, an elephant, bear, giraffe, and I'm still not feeling it. Then one night, like a week after I'm told about this, I'm eating strawberries and I'm thinking, that's it! A strawberry surrounded by flowers would be a good painting. Gouache is a medium that I've wanted to experiment with, so I bought a set of 10 tubes and decided that this strawberry painting would be like a really good subject. And I'm not gonna lie, the paint did feel a bit weird at first. I didn't have too much water, I kind of just thought you would use it that way, and it was really hard to work with, like barely any paint would go on the paper. But after I did add a little bit of water and it added more like watercolor, and I used my watercolor brushes, but after doing a little bit of research, I saw that acrylic brushes were actually better for this medium. And after that, I did change my approach to using gouaches more like acrylics because it was really watered down before. And trying to use them thicker overall, it did look a lot better and it gave me a result I liked more. But I'd say like for backgrounds, having more water in it made like the edges softer and it just overall gave it a better look in my opinion. For the most part, this painting went smoothly. I really liked the background color, kind of reminded me of a slice of mango, but it wasn't all smooth sailing. The flowers were destroying me like I was an asthmatic. Strawberry flowers are white, so to make the shadows, my natural instinct is to add black, but I decided to overthink it and I added blue, so the flowers would look like a light blue and it did not at all go along with the rest of the painting. I try yellow since it's a bit warmer, it's not any better. Then I paint over it with dark gray, going back to my regular instinct, and it was somehow the worst one yet. It was on the right path, so I moved on to a different set of flowers and toned down the values a lot more, and it looked fine. I did the same with the rest, making sure to cover up my mistakes with the first set of flowers because it looked atrocious. And the strawberry itself is also something else that I didn't like the first time around. In my sketches, it was just one big strawberry, but in the painting, it just looked too crowded. I didn't like it at all. So the camera didn't record this because it has like a 20-minute limit and I didn't see it. But I turned that one strawberry into three, and also when I painted it the first time around, I used that more watercolor approach. Then I switched to a more acrylic approach, which made it look a lot better in my opinion. It made it look stiff or more artistic. I know that doesn't make much sense. That's how it felt to me. And so I was happy with it. I wish I had been with acrylics more in my room, but they're just like really messy. I also feel like maybe gouache or the Winter Neon paints, they're kind of expensive for me to use them too much. Like, don't get me wrong, acrylics are also expensive. Like a jar of it can cost me anywhere from like $30 to $60. But it's also far more pain. I'm just kind of curious how I'm gonna end up using gouache with like the rest of my art materials. Originally for this video I was going to have like two different camera angles, just like a bit of a visual spice. I do have two cameras, one of them I used to record my first few videos. I have the one that's currently being used. The other camera is just like a lot harder to work with, the footage doesn't look really good, because like, I don't know why the settings don't really affect how the video shows up, it only affects the pictures. And it doesn't help that I dropped the lens like a few years ago, so now it's permanently stuck on like the autofocus. I can force it to do it manually, but it's not really accurate. It takes a lot of force, so it just like goes over it or under it. But in the meanwhile, I would have liked to have added it, but I think I'm just gonna have to wait for me to get another camera. After this video goes up, it might be a while before I make another post. I talked about animating a game I was playing with a friend, and that's one of the projects I'm doing. Recently I did the dialogue recordings and they were both really funny. It's something I'm excited on working on releasing, but I know it's gonna take a long time. And it's also gonna be like my first animation. But to give myself a bit of practice, I'm gonna try to do like a different animation. I'm starting to work on that gaming one, but this is just like something to like practice, something to get out of the way. And after that, it's kind of hard to say what I'm going to post. This animation, the one about the game, is going to take anywhere from like 3 to 6 months, if not longer. I also have a video in the background. It's already recorded, I just haven't been able to come up with the script for it. It feels like a different project I have to treat differently. It was supposed to come out in December, and well, it's been 6 months now. But I just wanted to let you know what I have in the works in case you don't see anything from me in a long time. So I don't really listen to rap, it's not something I ever really got into. I prefer rock and metal and like classical stuff. But like a month or two ago, my friend sent me the song called 3 Big Balls by Dick Bar, and that song just opened a whole rabbit hole for me to dive into. The bars, the lyrics, they were just too good. I can't really say what he was saying because it's like really explicit, but I enjoyed it. It's a new form of comedy, and if you want another good song from him, give BBC Buffet a listen. His music is just too good, it's kind of unexpected. I have a cousin who really likes playing Fortnite, and I wind up playing with him from time to time. But before we normally go into a public match, we do, I feel like, 1v1s just to like get into the hang of things. And well, on one of these maps, in the sky there's this big nose character called Quandale Dingle. I'm just like, what in the world is this? And I'm just laughing at the absurdity of it all. And then as we're playing, we spawn in a jail on an Aztec temple, and I'm just sitting there, who this Quandale Dingle is and what atrocities he's committed. I mean, from the place we're in, it looks like to me that he's a war criminal. My cousin, keep in mind he's still like elementary school, is saying, it's okay, everyone makes mistakes. And still to this day, he continues to support this war criminal, Quandale Dingleberg. Well, the video's going to be wrapping up now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and hopefully it won't be too long before I see you again. I guess I'm going to try to put that dog video first, or I did call it the dog video, but that's one of the videos I'm planning on doing. So yeah, goodbye.